Hey guys, welcome back to yet another news breakdown here on Go Mango, and the floodgates are open. ZeroOne is finally here, and we've got tons of images. This isn't actually all of them. This was the first image that we sort of got of all the stuff, and then later on in the night we got more high quality images, we got translations, and we got some prices. So we're gonna break them down for you right here, starting with ZeroOne himself. Now, this is our first look at the helmet for ZeroOne. We'll get a better look at the bodysuit and all that later with the figures, but so far it looks pretty much like what we got from the preliminary sketches that people made when they initially saw ZeroOne in Japan. As for the belt itself, taking a closer look, there is the Rising Hopper Prog Rise key. Now these are going to be the main gimmick of the year, and these sort of flip out and you plug them into the driver. We'll see the mechanism later through some other DX items. But yeah, this is looking good so far. The Hopper Bug is emblazoned on that cartridge, and it also shows up here on the driver, so presumably you plug it in and it'll display different different animals or what have you whenever you plug it in. Now this image in the center, that icon, looks a little bit more punched up for the DX box art, so maybe don't expect something as good as that when you play with the item in hand, but who knows? It might look great. It might look like this. It might not. So yeah, belt's looking great. This is called the DX Hidden ZeroOne driver, and this will set you back 6,980 yen, which is pretty comparable to most of the drivers you get these days. Anyway, next up, the DX Prog Rise holder and Rushing Cheetah Prog Rise key. This will set you back 3,000 yen, which, and again, we'll note later that each of the Prog Rise keys retail, the DX ones, they retail for 1,500 yen. So basically you're paying 1,500 yen for two holders, and then 1,500 yen for the key itself. The holders only look like they store two, which isn't that great. But the big thing to note here is this form. Now, you'd think it would be a ZeroOne form, but this is actually another rider. This is Kamen Rider Valkyrie, and people are speculating, probably correctly, that this is a girl because Valkyries are the female warriors of Norse mythology, so, connect the dots yourself. And yeah, she uses a different driver than the one that we've seen, but the combined set with the driver and the holder comes with both the Rising Hopper and Rushing Cheetah set. This is actually called the DX Hidden ZeroOne driver and Prog Rise holder set. This will set you back 9,980 yen, and that's exactly the price of the other two combined. You're not saving any money by buying this one. Maybe on shipping, who knows. But yeah, it's weird that the Rushing Cheetah Prog Rise key is in this set because it's hopefully primarily going to be used by Valkyrie. And we'll see her driver later. But next up, this one is called the Metsubo Jinrai Force Riser, and this will set you back 5,500 yen. So significantly, not significantly, a little less than the main driver. And no word yet, at least that I've seen, if this is a different sort of cartridge, because if you noticed on the ZeroOne initial scan, it said Prog Rise, and here it says Force Rise. So maybe these are Force Rise keys that these bad looking folks are using. And yeah, again, this is not a ZeroOne guy. This is not ZeroOne himself. This is not his form. This is another rider. this guy is called Horobi, and another rider later that we'll see in the figures, Jin. Both those two riders use the the Force Riser, the Metsubo Jinrai Force Riser. So again, no word yet if this is going to be called something different, if it's going to be a Force Rise key or a Prog Rise key. But for now, tentatively, until I hear otherwise, I'm going to just call it a Prog Rise key. So yeah, that's it for this belt. Next up, we have our proper secondary rider. This guy is called Kamen Rider Vulcan. He looks a lot like Mach, like a lot. And his changer here is called the AIMS Shot Riser. This again retails for 5,500 yen, so the same price as the Metsubo Jinrai Force Riser. So it's less than the ZeroOne driver. And no, you're not crazy. You're not seeing things. He just sort of slaps the gun on his waist and calls it a day. That's his driver, folks. Fine. Fine. Anyway, it comes with the Shooting Wolf Force Rise key, and yeah, this is the main driver for Vulcan and Valkyrie. So this is her changer as well. So make sure to pick that up if you want to rep some Valkyrie stuff. Anyway, that's it for this one. Next up, we have a bunch of forms. And it's actually some forms for the secondary riders as well. So from left to right, we've got, Punching Kong. This one's for Vulcan. We've got Lightning Hornet for Valkyrie. And all these for the DX, Flying Falcon, Biting Shark, Flaming Tiger, and Freezing Bear. Those are all ZeroOnes forms. And these are all Prog Rise keys. DX Prog Rise keys that'll set you back, again, 1,500 yen. So, I don't know if it's comparable to this year's stuff. I haven't been collecting it. But at least it's consistent. Cool. I was talking to Josh at the Living Ranger Key on Twitter about this, and I agree with him. These look a lot like O's forms, which is pretty cool. Especially the Falcon. Like, come on, that's O's face. Anyway, so yeah, these are brand new forms for them. I personally like the Freezing Bear, so good for me. Yeah, these are their forms. It's good to see everyone getting representation in this sort of first quarter. Anyway, next up, we have this behemoth, or should I say Mammoth. This is the DX Breaking Mammoth and Breaking Mammoth Prog Rise key. This will set you back 5,500 yen. This is basically the Tide My Jeans, or the watermelon arms sort of situation. This is your big mecha for the year, which is weird to say in context of Kamen Rider, but I guess that's a thing they do now. This is huge. I like it, and it actually looks like a form because the belt is sort of sticking out there. This is pretty wild, dude, and I love it. This is pretty dope. Anyway, that out of the way, next up, we have this situation. This is called the Prog Rise Key Connector, and it comes with the Amazing Hercules Prog Rise Key, I think. My notes are a little turned around, so yeah, I think that's that. This will set you back 3,500 yen. This is kind of like your Dizers, your Pandora panels. This just holds your items en masse. It's fine. It only holds 4. Maybe it doubles up on each side. I don't know. It looks okay. It just stands them up. This combines like the worst parts about the Pandora panel and like builds actual like side holder. This doesn't look great. Anyway, let's move on to something more cool. The weapons! Everything, and I mean everything, is a suitcase. Everything turns into a suitcase. We've got the DX attach caliber, attach shotgun, and attach arrow. Figure out which one's which. I'm sure you can do it. Each of these will set you back 3,800 yen. These aren't bad. These are actually pretty cool, and you can obviously insert a progress key into these. It's more notable in the second part of the top image. Yeah, this is their main weapon. The sword was sort of teased as ZeroOne's weapon from the people that had done the preliminary sketches, so it's pretty accurate to that again. Yeah, so this stuff looks cool. This looks like sort of main things for like top 1 ZeroOne. The bottom left is for Vulcan and Valkyrie, and then the bottom right, that one's sort of for the guys with the Force Rise, the Metsubo Jinrai sort of Force Riser. So yeah, that's neat. Next up, we've got, this one's a toughie. The attach, this is the Authorized Buster. This one's gonna set you back 4,200 yen. And it's actually one weapon that you can turn into 2 forms. I didn't realize that the first time that I had seen these things. Also, to the right is sort of presumably the forms that are attached to the Buster, which is the DX Shining Hopper Progress Key and the Assault Wolf Progress Key. So these are already upgrade forms to the initial forms of ZeroOne and Vulcan. Each of the keys, well, actually, the Shining Hopper is going to set you back 2,300 yen, but the Assault Wolf is going to set you back 2,500 yen. That one's more. I don't know why, but it does. I couldn't tell you why, but that's the information that I have. Could have been typoed, who knows. But yeah, there's a combined set that you can get it for 4,800 yen. Again, you're not saving any money if you get both. Yeah, next up, we have the bike. This is the... I actually don't know if my notes have it. So, yeah, this is just the bike. It looks like a progress key. You could probably plug it into the belt, and it also turns into the bike. It does look like Build's bike. It also does look like a phone chopped in half. I've heard all of that. And hey, check it out. Look up there, an Archaea figure. That must be foreshadowing for... the Rider Kicks figures! They're back! Because... obviously they are. And here we get sort of our first look at the main suit itself and overall images of these new riders. So again, left to right. This is really a quiz for myself, so let's see if I can get them. We've got ZeroOne. Ooh boy, Shooting Wolf, what do you do? Vulcan, Valkyrie, Horobi, and... oh man, am I gonna screw up this last one? Jin. There it is. Jin. That's that one. Pink. The pink one is Jin, I think. Don't drink it. It's Jin. And then also Archaea figures are teased for those sort of upgrade forms that we saw earlier. The RKF Kamen Rider ZeroOne Rising Hopper is going to set you back 2,500 yen. The Vulcan Assault Wolf, that's going to set you back 2,500 yen. And then Valkyrie Rushing Cheetah. You know, you get it. I said it already. Yeah, so that's the breakdown for these guys. They look great. It looks so good. I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy RKF is still going. And hey, speaking of RKF, along with the sort of, I guess, information I got about that. No images, but we got information about potential double RKF figures. So, as you can see up here, Hard Boilder with Cyclone Joker. That's going to set you back 4,500 yen, which, you know, as you saw earlier, 2,500 yen is a figure, so the hard-boileder is presumably 2,000 yen. Cool. And then Axel, Eternal, Fang Joker, and Skulls. So this pretty much lines up with what RKF's been doing, in that, like, their sort of Legend Rider lines, they take one really good sculpt and then just milk it for all they can so they can get money back on that really good sculpt. Again, for RKF's, they did say they wanted to give you the best experience you could possibly get at a discounted price, so I feel like them sort of reusing the mold for Cyclone Joker, Eternal, Fang Joker, Skull, it's to be expected. So yeah, that's basically it for the news. I ended on some double stuff, but all this ZeroOne stuff, guys, what do you think about it? Tell me in the comments down below. I'm really excited for ZeroOne, and I can't wait to see toys in hand. I want to see what Soto's gonna do. If you took a look at all the different forms, it looks like the chest and shoulder and heads are all going to be different for the different forms. So maybe we're going to be doing a base body situation again this year for that. Who knows if the gimmick is going to be anywhere near the RKF figures, because they seem to dodge that for GO. And yeah, that's basically it for all the news. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Don't forget, we're just going to be doing this as long as more news comes out, as long as more images comes out, so stick around. We're going to be doing more stuff. And also, hey, check out RRR the Streets as usual. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.